Hey, boo. I've got my soda all set, my snacks.
Oops.
I am joined today on this episode of Behind the Cards by Viviane. How are you doing, my love?
I'm great. Thank you. Thank you for having me. So nice meeting you.
This is actually the first time we've met, isn't it? I didn't realize that. I
Yes.
mean, we see each other on YouTube all the time that you forget you've never actually talked with these
Yeah.
people.
Yes.
uh,
Yeah. I've seen you with Ramon, and I watched your shows. So yes, great
Yeah,
to meet you.
Ramon, Selena, they're
Yes.
my two bros. Speaking of Selena, we got she says hello, excited for this episode. I am excited for it too. She's work lurking, so
Mm-hmm.
um, and we've got Patricia Whalen. How you doing, my love? Jude.
That's
And we
good.
are simulcasting on two channels, both our channels. So Viviani has people watching on hers. Hi Millie, how you doing? PG,
Oh,
what a
hi,
great name.
PG.
And
Nice.
on Viviani's channel, we've got Carrie's channel, Carrie channel. Julianne Guthrie, she's been on here. Moira, how
Yeah, I
you
watched
doing, my
that.
love?
Hi,
Haven't
Mora.
seen you in a bit.
Yeah.
Kai, how you doing? And of course, Joanne Miranda. You have to say it puts you in such a good mood to say it like that. So I get excited. Old Windwalker. Whoa, we're getting a full house tonight. Look at this,
Nice. Oh,
Christine.
hi, Nancy. I see Nancy too. Just nice to
Nancy's
see
in.
you.
Okay, Arlene. Roman, how you doing, Roman? Rebecca Joe.
Mm.
If I miss you guys, I apologize. Gary, Nancy, there she is. I see her. Tried to sneak past me. Uh, yeah, and I'm sure more will be joining us as their alerts hit. Red 5, Melissa.
Nice.
So for those who have never seen this segment of my channel, what it's called is Behind the Cards. And I work under the assumption that everybody has a story. Everybody on the face of this
Hmm.
planet has a story. And I am fascinated by people's backstories. People who are in the spiritual community who have dedicated their extra time to helping others or being a light to people. I want to know what brought them to that path. So I started doing this channel and doing this show. Um, we're going to dig into the life
Hmm.
of Viviani today. Um, and I will say, I apologize to you that for the longest time,
Hmm.
I thought it was Viviane. Um,
Yeah, it's Viviane. My name was going to be either Viviane or Vivian, and my mom, when she was pregnant, she read a poem, and the author of the poem's name was Viviane, and that's how she chose my name.
well, that's a
Um,
beautiful name. It really is a
yeah,
beautiful
thank
name.
you. Yeah, and my sister is. I have one sister, younger sister, and her keeping up with a V name, so her name is Vanessa. Um,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. You've seen the show, my dear. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready. And I
All
like this
right.
because I like the show because it's an opportunity to get to know. Like I also like to learn about people's background and
It's
stories. Yeah.
fascinating to hear
Hmm.
how they came into their path, you know.
Yes.
So we're going to start off with our first card, which is the Fool. Where would you say your spiritual journey began?
Let's say I have. Well, from a very young age, I always had this sense of knowing. Um, I didn't know how to what it was and how to explain it, but later on, I realized it was one of my clairs, and um, it was very, like I said, very strong. But in my family, there was I had exposure to tarot readers. I had exposure to um, mediumship, and it was not. It was accepted in my family. Let's put it that way. So, but I was born in and I grew up in Brazil, so that it was mainly Catholic. So there was this, I was brought up in a Catholic country, but I had a lot of exposure to spirituality and so I was interested, but I had no idea that I had clairs and anything like that more specifically. But I had interest in learning about other things like about chakras, and I had an interest in angels, and that was my initially my let's say my background, but I'll say my it became more clear to me my path and what I'm doing now after I started looking, uh, trying to get healing for myself. After I realized, okay, I have a lot of baggage and I have a lot of things that I need to care for, like when it comes to my past life, past traumas and things that I needed help with. I started traditional therapy, and then I looked for other ways to help me that are the holistic approach. So quantum healing helped me a lot, and Reiki, and then I realized, okay, this is amazing, and it made me more interested in learning. Actually, I started with Reiki. I learned Reiki because I love animals. I volunteered at an animal shelter for an OQ animal shelter for about, I'll say 12, 13 years. And then I realized, okay, yeah, I heard about Reiki while moderating for other channels. And I was like, what is Reiki? I never heard about Reiki before. So I was curious. And then I realized, okay, if I learn Reiki, I can help myself, I can help others, and I can help animals. So then I decided to take Reiki classes. Now I'm a Reiki master. And my plan was to do more to help, to help people, and especially animals. After that, you see me doing, a lot of you see me doing Akashic Records readings on YouTube. I I didn't know what Akashic Records were, and while I was watching Marina from Heart Center Tarot and Val Dragonfly Crystals, they have this live stream on Thursdays that is Messages for Light Workers. And one time I had a reading from them, and a card that Val drew was about the Akashic Records. And this reading, she said, "Oh, you may learn about the Akashic Records, or you may read the Akashic Records one day." And then I was like, "Okay, I don't know what that is." But when she started to teach the class, I took the class, and in her channel, she had this thing. I didn't want to do it. I was too shy. I'm an introvert, and I didn't want to be talking on YouTube. So, but she convinced me, and we did this live stream reading the Akashic Records. And I thought it was going to be only one time, but then it turned out to be every week. But I was so nervous after the first live stream. I had a shot afterwards. I'm like, oh my God. And I hated this. But it was a good experience. And Val was always very supportive of me. And I call her my um, fairy godmother because she got me started. But I was like, never. It came in other readings too that are like, oh, if you should have a YouTube channel. You could be doing this too. I was like, there's no way, because I didn't want to have. I didn't have Facebook. I didn't have um, Instagram. Like for the longest time, I didn't want to be on social media. I thought it was a waste of time. I used to think of like, who cares what I'm doing, what I'm eating, or where I'm going, or whatever. You know, it's just
I feel you.
yeah. But I love it now. And when I was experiencing, I'll say last 3 years. I mean, maybe 3 years ago, I was experiencing um, difficulty sleeping, and I was having nightmares pretty much every night, and waking up screaming, and having this really stressful time. So I started therapy to talk about that and talk about what is happening. I had a lot of issues that were, trauma events that were still bothering me. So okay, let's explore that. And I think a lot of that was uh, part of my awakening too. And that's when I started experiencing other things about my clairs, and I was seeking healing. So I started therapy, traditional therapy, and then I had readings and had clearings done for myself, and a lot of quantum healing. And then I became more curious and took more classes, took classes with John Beanie, which I do a live stream with him twice a week, learned a lot from him. And yeah, so this basically how I started.
Awesome. Okay, so that was the Fool card. That was your beginning. Our next card
Yes.
is the Magician. The Magician is the great manifester, but he's also the great communicator because he's associated with the planet
Mm-hmm.
Mercury.
Yes.
Was it difficult telling those around you about your spiritual side? I mean, because sometimes out
Oh
of nowhere,
yes.
yeah,
Yes.
it
And
can
it's
take people
so
by surprise.
yeah, and it took me by surprise too, because it was like I from a very young age I always had this thing like I really wanted to do something that was fulfilling, and I always wondered what am I going to do for a career for this or that, and I struggled because I had jobs that made me so unhappy, and I still didn't know what to do next. And I went to college later, and I studied computer networking, and then I studied French, and I did different things, and things were not working out for me. So I was very frustrated and fed up. That's kind of how I took a break and started volunteering. But once I finally realized through also through Akashic record reading that I received, okay, this is what my soul chose, and this is my path. I had a sense of relief because like, oh, now I finally know I'm on the right path and I'm doing what
Yeah.
I'm supposed to do. But now I'm going to have to talk about it too, and all this. It was I started the channel, and I didn't tell my mother and my sister until I had at least 500 subscribers.
Uh-huh.
And then after that, okay, watch this. This is what I've been doing, and I'm taking this class. They knew about Reiki when I took Reiki classes, but I wasn't talking about
Hmm.
everything else that I was doing. So now my mom, she's watching now. She's in Brazil, and she's watching now. She watches all my live streams, and she's supportive of my sister is too. But I did not tell the rest of my family. So, but I don't have a lot of contact with a lot of my family. So I just told them because they're the most important ones to me. But
Right.
oh, and I'm a Virgo. I just saw because you talked about Mercury too. Yeah, I'm a Virgo, and so is my sister. Um,
The sign of Virgo, my best friend Joey and I, our word for Virgo is minutia.
yeah, I know.
Minutia. Virgos
Oh,
look at details.
yes. Between
So
me being a Virgo and my sister, we drove my mom crazy.
yeah, I can
So
believe it.
yes, but
Ari, what are you
big
doing?
communicator. I don't consider myself a big. great communicator, and having an accent too. I was nervous about. Oh my
Ah,
God, hi, sweetheart. I love cats.
she wants to jump all over my table, so if you see my
Hmm.
camera move, that's why, you guys.
Oh, Julianne is saying, Julianne Guthrie is saying her birthday is tomorrow. Mine is on the 19th.
Oh,
Happy
happy
birthday.
birthday. Happy
That's,
birthday, everybody whose
hmm.
birthday. Yeah, that is my Aria kitty. That is my little fur goblin. Um, she waits until I'm right in the middle of something important, and then she wants to get right up in my face. So, um,
Hmm.
where were we? All right, so yeah. Um, were you ever afraid to tell anybody about yourself?
In a way, yes, because when things were not working out for me, and I was so many different situations and conversations, when people were introducing themselves, and everybody likes to talk about what they do. And at that point, I didn't have a career, I didn't have a job, and I was like, oh, great, I don't want to talk about myself. So, but and then when I finally knew, okay, I'm on the right path, but now I'm going to have to explain, okay, this is what I do, and this is what I'll be talking about. And I wonder, okay, I know what will be people's reactions. They will either be open to it or not, or be judgmental, or make fun of me, or whatever. But so it
Yeah.
was kind of fun in a way, because I had so many uncomfortable situations, because I couldn't really, I wasn't really doing anything. I didn't have a career, but now that I'm doing something, okay, now it's funny. Now I have to talk about this. So it's,
Oh, I just tell people, if I'm in a situation where I don't want to talk
hmm,
about what I do,
yeah,
say I'm in a really overly religious group of people or something, I just say I'm in communications, and I
yes,
leave it
you
at that.
communicate. Yeah, that's a great
I'm in
way to put it.
communications,
Yes,
and then
but
nobody ever asks because it sounds boring. So,
yeah, and
um,
do animal communication too. And I remember more recently when I told somebody, yeah, I'm an animal communicator, and then just the face that they had looking at me, and they were like, don't ever tell
yeah.
people you do that, because they're gonna think you're crazy. And don't say that when you're introducing yourself. But well.
Sometimes I say it just for shock value. Like if I want
Yeah.
to bring a conversation to a close, they say, "What do you?" Well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a professional psychic focusing on tarot cards.
Yes.
And, yeah,
It's just
it
it,
tends to make people look at you a little sideways.
yes.
MJ Cronkite has joined us. Hi, MJ.
And hi, Miss
Miss Tarot
Terody.
D is here. What's up, you two sexy people? You, Miss Tarot D, MJ. Um, yeah, if for anybody who is in the psychic field and they don't want to talk about what they want to do, just tell people, "Oh, I'm in communications." Leave it at that.
Yes.
All
Love
right.
that.
So, what is our next one? It is the High Priestess. Now, I know
Mm.
I could feel things from an early age, and I trusted what I was feeling was the truth, but I didn't like trust myself until I was,
Mm-hmm.
late teens. When was it that you first remember trusting your intuition?
We'll say it was in my late. Oh, I mentioned that strong knowing that I always had, and I feel that in my late teens, because I just knew things, and I realized, okay, I'm not going to explain to anybody how I know and why I know it. I was really, okay, I'm just gonna follow my heart, and I just that strong sense of knowing and that strong intuition just really helped me move forward. That sense of knowing, without really having to talk about it, or explain to anyone. So yeah, I would say that was. But I do have moments that I do question myself, just like We all do sometimes. Sometimes like, oh, is that my mind, or is, am I
Here's the thing. It's not that I question myself. There are times I don't want to be right.
Yeah,
And I'll try to talk myself out of no, it's probably not that.
yeah,
There's probably not a big meteor headed for my house right now, and
yeah.
there usually is. Um, yeah, so let's take a look at what our next one is. Oh, here's a good one, the Empress. In what ways do you nurture your spiritual self? This is not easy work we do. It can be very draining. How do you take care of yourself?
Oh, yes, that's absolutely can be very draining. And self care and self love. I mean, we talk about it, but and it is vital, very, very important. I love having, spending time in nature. I love going for walks in nature, and that's really relaxing, and I feel just really re-energized when I do that. Um, I like to meditate. I don't meditate as I mean, I when I meditate, I don't spend like hours meditating, but I do meditate every day. I also like to, I mean, in different ways, not necessarily sitting and chanting. And, there are different ways to meditate. You can be
Oh
walking,
yeah.
meditating, and doing other things, but I do enjoy that state. I write a journal every morning. It's a gratitude journal that I write. Also, affirmations, and that helps me a lot. Music is very healing to me, not only healing and but fun. I absolutely, music saved my life in so many ways. So that's something that is always helpful to me in healing and nurturing.
Viviane, yeah, I don't mean to cut you off real quick, but
Sure.
this is Mama D. She's one of my three best friends in the whole wide world.
Oh,
Um,
lovely. Hi, Mama
and she's
D.
an animal communicator. So
Wonderful.
she's saying respect. um,
Lovely.
she's the best animal communicator I know, and
Lovely.
I know several. Um,
Hmm.
all right. So, how do you shield yourself going into online sessions or in-person sessions or
Yes, I spent some time focusing. Well, I like to take a few deep breaths, and then I ground my energy, and I just do this process where I connect to source, and then I connect to Gaia, and then I spend a few minutes imagining this bubble of protection around me, and then I call on my guides and source Gaia, and I call on my guides and create this protection around me before I start the session. And when I do start the session, I also go through the same procedure with the client. So we create this protection for the session, and then at the end of the session, I close the bubble of the session and release it. So yeah, very important before and after the session
I
to
will
do that.
take a moment here.
Sure.
Joey is not in the crowd. My best friend Joey, the Veil Cottage Witch. Tarot
Hi,
Stash just
Gerald.
walked
Hi,
in though.
Gerald.
Hey Gerald, how you doing? Um, but
Mm-hmm.
I've been a tarot card reader for 40 years. I've been a witch since
Yeah.
just about as long. Um, I know energy work and I know
Mm-hmm.
better. So when I went into Saturday sessions at the farmers market,
Mm.
I got arrogant and didn't shield, didn't protect myself,
Mm-hmm.
didn't follow the normal steps, got lazy.
Yes.
Um, and thinking, well, how bad could the day be? I'm not really gonna go into. I had somebody sit at my chair that um I'm not going to put their business out there, but I got sick. I had to throw up right there.
Wow.
So that's the second time something like that has happened. I got arrogant once before, and
Mm-hmm.
Dee was with me. My nose started bleeding during one of the readings I was doing. Hey, Alexis, how you doing? So I'm one of those
Yeah.
readers where my physical body will feel it, and there will be a physical.
Oh, yeah, me too. And I like to place, care for place a bubble protection around me. I also want to go to other places where, if I go, whatever, I go to a busy place, a crowded place, I like to have that, even, at times where I'm not giving readings.
Yeah.
And yes, and I do uh, ground my energy often too. When I go for walks, I like to take my shoes off and walk barefoot on grass and do all that to
Yes.
help too.
Luckily, I had on me this wonderful moon scarab full moon shard smudge spray.
Lovely. Yes, I do have a smudge spray here too.
Yeah.
I love that. I know I
Ginger face here.
when
Hey,
when
Ginger.
we're when you can't burn sage to clear your energy, absolutely use the sprays because they work and they're lovely. So yeah, like
Yeah.
having crystals around and
Oh yeah.
yes,
Normally I look like a metaphysical Mr. T. I've got chains and stones and
yes.
gems. But
Hmm.
D, you remember that? We were at the local witchcraft store, wait, maybe
Hmm.
last year, the year before, and she's like, "Your nose is bleeding." I'm like, "What?" And the
Oh,
client told me that.
oh,
The client I was
yeah.
reading for told me, "Your nose is bleeding." I was like, "Son of a bitch." Okay.
Yeah, I'm like that. I
Um,
can feel it too. The last client I had, I was giving a reading. I felt like my heart space was so tight and heavy
I hate that.
until I did the clearing that was needed, and then it was felt much better afterwards. Yes.
So you mentioned so many things that you do throughout the day. You're very busy. How do you stay so structured? How do you stay organized?
Um, I I prioritize it because not everything is organized. It's like I organize the things that I need to organize first, and then I let go of things that are not the priority to be organized.
Okay, I got it. Okay. Oh, it only looks organized. I get what you're saying. Okay. Actually, I it was Linda de Gonzalez is the one who suggested I could get an organizer, and it really made
Oh
all the difference for
yeah,
me. I
yes.
couldn't
Actually, I
believe
need to do that too because I'm writing
something.
everything on a calendar and it's a mess. So next year
Yeah,
I'll have
I couldn't
a
believe it was something so simple
yes.
helped out. Our next question deals with the Hierophant. Do you follow any specific path or religion? I know you
Um,
mentioned Catholic upbringing.
no, I was like I mean I I didn't really go to church growing up. It was not a strict Catholic upbringing. Let's put it that way. So, but I follow. I think I
Hmm.
don't really follow a particular religion, but I believe. So I call on my guides, and source guy. I call on my guides. I like to work with angels and ascended masters. So that's why I call that my religion.
We are doing questions to tonight, Mo. We're digging into the life of Viviane. She has consented to give us an insight into her life. Um, yeah, I said that to somebody one time. Source is source, and
Yeah.
they threw a shit fit. And they got so offended, like, no, I'm not gonna. And I suddenly remembered,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you're Christian, my bad.
Yes.
Yeah, they get very tetchy when you make any comparisons like that. All right. Yeah, source is source. That's the way I look at it. But
Yes.
some people honestly have a problem with you
And
just saying that right
every day,
there.
every day I call all my guides and I have a little chat. You know, when I go for walks, I do that, and when I'm driving along. I'm like, hey, my guardian angel, okay, let's talk about what's going on, what issues I have, and I ask for help.
I
And
call that a staff meeting.
yeah,
Uh,
I love that. Yes.
I have a
So
staff meeting. I call all the guides together, all the
yeah.
family, all the ancestors. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and
Yeah.
what you talked about meditating, different ways to meditate. When I meditate, I don't call it meditating. I more it's more like considering. I
Mm-hmm.
consider everything. I consider
Yes.
myself. I consider my relationship to the gods. I consider
Mm-hmm.
my ancestors, and that's meditating for me. It's considering,
Yeah. When
thinking
it
about.
comes to when I'm meditating, too, I really enjoy listening to solfeggio healing frequencies, and that they're really powerful. So that's another part of my healing journey too. That
Hey
I find it
Judith.
very helpful.
Hey
And I saw
Hershey.
Mr. D. I saw a comment asking about my accent. I'm from Brazil and I speak Portuguese, so that's the accent, Mr. D.
I'll tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
I am into men, but hearing you talk makes my ooh baby. Ooh, say some more to me. I was like,
Oh,
speak
I
that
love
stuff,
that.
mama. Speak that stuff.
Oh my God,
um,
that's funny. And I was nervous too because, by past jobs that I had, people made fun of me, made fun of my accent, and
mhm.
in front of me and behind my back. So I was, okay, nervous too about, okay, now I'm being on YouTube and being on, and people are going to make fun of me or not understand what I'm
Ew,
saying. Or
girlfriend,
my
you've
grammar
got one
isn't
of them
perfect.
sexy voices. Make it work for you. Woo, honey.
Thank you
Woo.
for
Okay.
saying that.
So,
That's funny. Thank
uh,
you.
our next card is the Lovers. How have your romantic relationships been shaped by your spirituality? Has it? Um,
Mm.
I've dated guys that as soon as they found out that I
Mm-hmm.
can hear the other side or talk to the other side or feel
Yes.
divinity, then they're like, "Choom," like in a cartoon. All you see is a little cloud
Yes.
of smoke like that.
Well,
Um,
the well, my path. Well, there's a big impact on relationships in general, but and that's big part of the journey. Oh, hi, Hershey. Big part of the journey is that I realized that um, I had to let go of a lot of people. That it's part of this journey and part of the growing. And
mhm.
yeah, so let go. I had to let go of relationships and everything that is not for my highest good, and continue to shed my skin and continue to go through this
Mhm.
transformation. And yeah.
So I married a Christian,
Mm-hmm.
a very, 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 very Christian, which
Uh-huh.
is funny because the whole gay thing. Um, but he doesn't want anything to do with my witch side. He doesn't want anything to do with my
Yeah.
tarot side, but
Mm-hmm.
he will give me anything I need to accomplish my goals as a tarot
Mm-hmm.
reader. When I lost my office space last year, he said, "Why don't you just work out of the house?" And it shocked me. I was like, That's supportive. That's the kind
Mm-hmm.
of love I wish every but
Oh, yes, I haven't encountered any, and when it comes to relationships, anyone that, okay, they were, let's say, they were supportive because, okay, you found something that you're happy, doing this is your calling, this is you finally on the right path, like, because
yeah.
they knew that I've been searching for this, I've been wondering, okay, what am I what is it that I'm supposed to do for so long. So, but they don't necessarily believe it or understand it, but they're supportive of it. But this journey and my transformation also, and my healing journey is also showing how I didn't really have self-love, and that also affected relationships because, okay, I have to let this go and that person go. It's not just because of the spiritual path, it's because I let things happen to me that were not good enough for my
They're
high school, and I
unhealthy
was unhappy.
practices.
So I had to, yeah, it's letting um, my old self go to my old self, die and continue to shed layers and continue to
That's not
transform.
easy to do. So
No, it's not.
good on you for doing that.
My life is a big roller coaster right now. So as I move forward on my journey, but I take it.
The only thing we can ever guarantee on in life is change. That's the only
Yes.
thing that things will
Yeah.
always change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I surround myself now with people who are open. They don't have to
Yes.
agree with me or with what I do, but they're open to letting me be myself, and that's all I ask,
Oh, yes.
you
That's
know?
absolutely,
That's
yeah.
a big thing. You don't
Mm-hmm.
have to believe what I believe. I don't want you to be a yes man and tell me, yeah, Bobby, that's right. Yeah, Bobby, that no, I don't want that. I
Yeah.
just want you to give me the space to be me. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mr. D.
chains and sagging tits.
Ready for book talks, girl. Book talks.
Oh, honey bunny. Joan Rivers. I'm thinking all the Joan Rivers jokes,
Oh,
tit
yeah.
tit
I
jokes.
like, yeah, she was really funny. I liked her.
All right. So our next card deals with the Chariot. Has it been difficult moving forward with your chosen path? And what kind of roadblocks have you faced?
Oh, wow. That's a great question. Yeah, it has definitely been difficult. There's some drastic changes in my life, and it's been difficult. Um, but I, I, s- I know I'm on the right path, and I believe if um, everything that's happened is for my highest good, even though it's difficult, and it's going to improve. And where's the other path
That's
words?
trust.
There are
That's trust
tons.
right there.
Yeah, there's definitely roadblocks and challenges, um, but it
You
is.
know when my life started getting better is
Mm-hmm.
when I stopped caring what other people
Mm-hmm.
thought.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The
Mm-hmm.
day I stopped giving a shit what other people thought, my world turned around. It really did.
It is
Um,
difficult, and I'm still facing a lot of challenges and roadblocks, but I have wonderful friends too that are, I talk to and help me. They, in addition to, talking to my, having my staff meetings, as you said, but
yeah,
it's, they remind me, yeah, you're going through this right now, but it is part of your path and it's going to get better. And the universe, tell me, the universe has your back and your guides have your back. So that helps a lot. Um,
um, we we all draw our strength from somewhere.
hmm.
Um, I draw my strength from my gods, my family, and my pets.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
that is where I draw my strength. They give me the strength to go on. Where do you draw your strength from, your inner strength?
Oh, yes. Inner strength. Inner strength is something that my inner strength got helped me in many situations from a very young age, and I think that comes from what I said about that sense of knowing that I had, and it helped me a lot. Um, my pets help me for sure through their unconditional love and all the joy that they brought to my life. Absolutely. The inner strength that I there is, oh, now it made me think of Smith's song. Yeah, there's a light that never goes out. That there's this light. I do have this inner strength that surprises me, that I know it's there, and
And
it's
that
been
awesome to
helping me.
surprise yourself.
So yes, yeah, I do. And I know there's, and even more recently, I've been going through a lot that I had moments just like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And that I feel very low and vulnerable. And raw, but those moments are when I also at the same time feel like my heart is so open, and I'm so, that I can really, really tap into that inner strength. And I know it's there, and then it carries me through. It's hard to explain, but um, yeah, it is. So I had a lot of difficult. I had a difficult upbringing, and had a lot of, dealt with a lot of trauma. So I know I had that. But yeah, it is. Yeah, there's this, that golden spark in there that helps me.
So, um, when we're on YouTube, we're very public. Um,
Yeah.
People can sometimes. I've had people call me, getting my number off Facebook because I do run a business. So
Yeah.
my number's listed. I've had people call me in the middle of the night, um,
Mm-hmm.
drunk, not even asking, can they set up an appointment? They just launch into, this is going on in my life. I'm like, who are you? Why
Yeah.
are you calling me? Where did you get this number, first of all? And they're like, well,
Mm-hmm.
off of Facebook. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I do have office hours. Um,
Yeah. Boundaries.
Boundaries.
Yeah.
Um, is it difficult for you to maintain your boundaries? And how do you spend your alone time?
Well, interesting you're asking this, because for the longest time it was always hard for me to say no, and I didn't really have good boundaries. Um, as I'm continue to go through my journey, and I'm learning to set boundaries, and how I spend my alone time. I really enjoy alone time, and it doesn't always have to be lonely. There are times that I feel lonely for sure, but I do enjoy alone time. Um, I feel alone time is can be nurturing and creative. Um, I spend on my alone time listening to music, and I love watching movies. Um, I like when I'm driving. That's my alone time too, because I'm often driving alone, and I love listening to music and singing when I'm driving. And in addition to
Me too.
talking to my guides, so that's very um, energizing to me to do that. But I do enjoy it a long time. But I do wish that, I mean, most of the people that I know are from YouTube, and I do wish that I had a closer community around me that I could meet in person. So I wish I had more. Um, but yeah, but I do enjoy alone. I actually, when I was a kid, I spent also a lot of time playing alone. For some reason too, I had that. Just enjoyed like drawing and doing things like that. They were like just alone time, creative time. So
N-
you're a
Nobody
little cute.
move. Is there a cat behind me? Nobody make any sudden moves. Get down from there. What are you doing? Embarrassing daddy
Yeah,
right now.
and I'm
All right.
seeing so many lovely comments. It's so nice. I thank you everyone for being here.
Yeah, we've always watched you online. Now we get to hear
Yeah,
the story behind the reader. People forget that.
and
I'm not
in,
saying our tribe, but there are
mhm,
times when people forget we're actual people.
yes,
Um,
and actually, but in time I'll share more of my journey, everything that. It's happening
We may
because it
have
will
to
help
make this a
others.
two-parter because,
Yeah, it's fun. I'm enjoying this.
yeah,
Um, and yeah, so there's a lot going on that is part of my journey right now. That in time I will be more open, and because I know it will help others. But right now I'm still riding the
you
roller
know what?
coaster.
Don't you know? I'm very open with a lot of my life, for that
Hmm.
same reason, to try to
Yeah.
help out other people. But it didn't. I didn't just come out of the gate kicking the door open saying, "Hey, I'm Bobby." Poof.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
well, I kind of did, but I
Hmm.
have serious health issues, and
Hmm.
it's not a big secret, but I don't make a big thing out of it.
Yeah.
Um, and I put it out there because it may help other people, people who are struggling with their own health issues. Um,
Yes.
can you share a significant turning point in your spiritual journey when things kind of turned around for the better for you?
Oh, yes. Um,
You know what? I have to run and grab something. You talk.
sure,
I'll
no
be right back.
problem.
Okay.
No problem. And I'm enjoying the comments, everyone. I'm not responding in chat, not quite everyone, but I do. I am really enjoying the conversation, and I'm enjoying the comments. So yeah, I just saw a comment from Mr. Odi about the being a mod. Yeah, I was a lurker and started watching a few channels and became a moderator. I mean, at least 30 channels. I grew, the list grew fast, and didn't expect to have a channel, but I am enjoying now. A turning point. Well, Bobby mentioned health, and there was a turning point in my life because I'll say about 6 years ago, um, a little over 6 years ago, I was in a situation that I was, it was another work related situation that didn't work out, and I was frustrated, fed up, and unhappy. And shortly, and I was about to quit, but I wanted to do it on my own terms. And around that time, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So I knew, okay, I'm definitely getting out of the situation and just focus on my health. So I consider that a turning point because facing that health challenge made me think more about, okay, what am I doing with my life and what's next. I was so unhappy with the work situation, and I wanted a change. So I spent a lot of time thinking for sure about my health, and also about what I was going to do next, and changes that I wanted to things I wanted to change in my life and in my journey. So many times while driving to and back from the hospital, while listening to music and singing, I was thinking about, yeah, what to do next. And then when I was going to my having my radiation treatments that I couldn't move, I was somewhat meditating during that time, and I was thinking about my journey, what to do next, and things that I wanted to do that made me happy, and how I was not happy in my relationship, and I wasn't happy in so many other ways. So that was a turning point spiritually, because it made me be more focused on, made me go inwards more, and focus. And another turning point in my spiritual journey was it's been my experience with my live streams with John Beanie, because I met John Beanie on YouTube, and I had quantum healing sessions with him and took classes with him, and then started working with him, and it's been a wonderful experience, a big turning point for me, because I'm learning a lot from that experience and growing a lot, and I'm very grateful for it. So
People can come into our lives and have such a profound effect, and they don't
yes.
even realize what a
Mm-hmm.
huge effect they have.
Yeah.
So I want to let everybody who comes into our chats know that you guys make our lives better. Um,
Yes,
you
absolutely.
make us want to be better people too. Um,
Mm-hmm.
our next card is the Justice card. Now, the Justice cards is one of the cards that asks us if our actions have been in balance. If you could go back and change one thing in your life, what would you change?
Yes, I like that question. I would. Um, I talked about self love earlier, and I would have really loved myself, because sometimes we say, "Oh, when I was younger, or when I lose weight, or when I'm this, when I'm that," and we don't show ourselves love. And I didn't really love myself. So, but that was something that if I could go back and change, yeah, it would have been self love. Hmm.
Um, yeah, I would have started off liking myself a
Yeah.
lot earlier. I've
Hmm.
always loved myself, but I didn't like myself. Mm-mm.
Hmm.
And and it wasn't until I just stopped trying to be there for everybody else and
Yeah.
focus on myself a little bit that life got better.
Hmm.
I honored myself. I honored my ancestors, where I came from, and life got better. Alexis is with us saying yes. I love that one. All right, so next up we have the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man. Looking back, what advice do you wish someone had given you? And if they gave it to you, would you have taken it?
I had a couple good advice. I had good advice given to me that I didn't listen to, and I wish I had. But let me just think a little more about this. Looking back, what advice? Hmm. Oh, okay. Um, I would have dated a lot more, and probably more than,
That falls into the self-love category again.
yeah, I would
Yeah.
have dated a lot more, and yeah, taking my time and just really, yeah, not start like getting serious in a relationship just too soon. Let's put it that way. We're taking my time.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good point you're making. I have always loved myself. And by that, I mean, if a truck was coming at me on the street, I would jump to the side because I loved my life
Uh
enough
huh.
to stay alive. But I didn't like the way I was living my life for a long, long time. Um, and when I
Yeah.
finally addressed the real root of the problems and started getting help, um, life got so much better. So yes, if anybody
And,
needs to reach out and get the help
mhm.
they need, then frickin' do it. Wouldn't you
Yes,
agree?
I had issues with low self esteem, and low self worth, and lack of self love and all that. And that the previous question too is, I would have had a lot more fun too. It's never too late to have fun, but yeah,
Mm.
I would have had, I was, there were so
I
many
wouldn't
times I was
have
just too
let somebody else.
serious.
I wouldn't have let somebody else tell me what fun was.
Yeah, no,
Is the
yeah,
thing.
that I agree with that too.
I
Yeah.
always went with what other people wanted to do, what they felt
Mm,
was fun. They get the first piece of the chicken. They get this, that, whatever. Um, I always put myself second. And it
mm-hmm.
wasn't until I started making my opinion known that
Yeah.
saying, "Hey, I got things I want too," you know, then life got better. I love that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
don't yeah, if we have low self-esteem, the only
Yeah.
thing we can do is try to change it. And if we can't change it by ourselves, reach out and get the help you need.
Yeah.
Uh, but it all starts with making the decision to be part of things. So,
Mm-hmm.
our next card is the Death card. How do you approach change and transformation in your life? Do you approach it willingly, or do you have to be dragged kicking and screaming towards change?
I'll say I approach willingly because, but it's also presented to me by, by life, obviously, in a way that, I can't run. So
Right?
I consider myself brave in that sense, but I'm not saying it's easy. Even when you're brave, it's not easy. So
Right.
I I am dealing with a lot of change, especially, yeah, in the last 2 years, but especially um, this year and in the last few months. Really, really crazy changes, but and there's more, and it's about uh, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. This is what I'm experiencing now.
There are some things I think I'm being open with, but then I realized, no, no, I'm not gonna do it. Nope, nope, not right now. No, and I'll put it on
Yeah,
pause.
yeah.
I don't. Some things I have to be dragged towards, but for the most
Yeah,
part, I
there
try
are
to be
things that I
open.
do resist a little bit, but
Yeah,
and in a way try to like think I can talk myself out of, but then it's just like you just have to face it, really.
yeah. We can only talk ourselves out of it for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is, we're smart and we know when we're talking ourselves out of something. So
Yes.
I'll let it go on for so long before I have to put a stop to it.
Hmm.
But yeah,
But I like to think, well, I remember, like, we know that, the number 555 is associated with big changes and all that. And there was a time, there were many times that I'll see 555, I was like, oh, great, but then I started telling myself, no, but it can be a great change, an amazing change and a change for better. And then try to encourage myself to be more open to change. But it is, when you think you're okay, you're just going through something, and you okay, this is the big change that I was expecting, and then something else huge happens, and it was like, okay, there's more. So it's like I say, it's being comfortable with getting comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. Yeah.
I get it. Um, Temperance is our next card. I
Mm-hmm.
love Temperance because it is the survivor's card.
Mm-mm.
Um, Temperance is associated with Sagittarius, Chiron, the wounded warrior, the survivor. Was there
Mm-hmm.
ever a point when you just didn't think you were going to make it?
Oh yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
How'd you get through it?
By really going inwards into that inner light that I talked about earlier. Yeah, there are times, yeah, that I didn't think I would make it for sure. Yeah.
There are times in my life when I just didn't think I was going to be able to stand up off of the ground again. I had fallen again and I just wasn't going
Mm-hmm.
to make it. And like you say, looking inward to see what's there.
Yeah.
Um, I've never ceased to surprise myself. Good for
Yeah.
me.
It's
Good
important
for
to have
me.
hope. It is the strengthening and it's hope. You have to, and when you're going through difficult situations, the strength and hope that helps you move forward.
Safety. That's a very good point. Letting our
Yeah.
inner child and nervous system know we're safe. That was a big thing. I just didn't feel safe for the longest time.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
Now
Mm-hmm.
I do. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I learned how to fight for other people, and I suddenly realized, why can't I learn to fight for myself? So, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there was that. Now our next card is the devil. What was the hardest thing that you had to break free of? Mine, I was an addict alcoholic in the 90s. That was the
Mm-hmm.
hardest thing. Uh, yeah.
Um, hmm, that's a good question. I would say the hardest thing that I had to break free of, I would
Miss Zero
say.
D. Ooh, make it juicy, Viviane.
I thought she wrote. I thought Mr. D wrote like, "Oh, that uncomfortable tight bra" or something. For sure, like something funny like that. That would be a long term relationship that was not healthy and controlling and all those things that you don't see. Things that you take you a long time um, to see, I guess, to realize. At least it took me a long time to realize. So yeah, yeah, relationships and yeah, that'll be the. I should say,
Yeah.
Starfish Jenny, take a pass on that question. I really
Right?
should say, yeah,
I'm
relationship.
giggling
Yeah,
at the things. Yeah, we've
yeah.
all been in relationships that were bad for us, where we put
Mm,
ourselves on hold to make
yeah.
somebody else feel better about themselves. Um, so
And it's a learning process because I'm not saying that I'm perfect and I made mistakes too. So yeah,
my um I'm gonna say that I keep thinking of the Nine of Swords as we're discussing
yeah,
this, because that's the one where they're in bed going like that, right? Covering their face. That card to me means there's things in your past that unless you fix them, they're messing with your present.
oh yeah, yeah,
And if you don't fix them, they're gonna mess with your future. So it's not only realizing something's wrong, but taking the shadow steps to fix it. So anybody
yes,
that has the strength to do that, respect. Um,
yeah.
you've got our respect and our love. So our next card is the Tower. The Tower card. How do you deal with upheaval in your life? What is your advice for handling those Tower moments?
Oh, interesting. I've
I
been
used to
experienced.
freak out. I did. Whenever something would go sideways, I would freak out, go from
Yeah.
zero to crazy. And my
Mm-hmm.
husband would have to tell me, calm your tits. Oh, that's where I got it from. Calm your tits. Um, he would tell me, calm your tits or relax. And so I learned how to relax and not react like that. But
Mm-hmm.
it took decades. So
Mm-hmm.
how do you handle upheaval?
Yeah, I just want to make a comment for other comments about the previous question that I mentioned relationship. You, when it comes to relationships, you're in a relationship that you believe that is good for you and that is right for you until time passes and then you realize, oh no, I don't think that's really good for me, and then you make the decision to change. So that's a part of like breaking free from yeah,
Hmm.
something that um, yeah, that was just want to add to that because sometimes you think something is good for you. I'm not saying that you believe it's good for you until you realize it's not. And then the tower, I've experienced so many tower moments, and I don't think I would. Well, I'll be upset, but painful in my. I think because I grew up, I had a lot of challenging moments growing up. I feel like that made me help me later in life to deal with many tower moments because there were so many difficult situations, growing up that I dealt with that required patience
Che.
that I'm not patient. Oh, was that
She
my
says,
ex?
my
The
ex
good.
had the good graces to pass on. Well,
Oh,
wasn't that
yeah.
polite of him?
My God,
I'm sorry, that just took me
that's
by
funny.
surprise.
Yeah, that's funny. Um, and also, when it comes to the relationships, you have the self love to together, right? Because if you don't uh, think you know you have low self esteem and low self worth and all that, and you you don't see all the other relationship issues. But when it comes to tower moments, I had many tower moments, and I feel that past experiences growing up helped me uh, be stronger, but still, it's not, that doesn't necessarily make it easier. So, advice for anyone handling tower moments: to try to look at the big picture, hopefully have a different perspective, because we learn that a lot of times things will be um, falling apart, or things go wrong in your life, and are not working out because they're not really meant to work out, and because there's something better ahead for you. And you can't control everything too, because there's so many things that we stress so much and we worry so much and we get ourselves
Yeah.
sick because of
We
things that we
can't
can't
control
control.
everything. You're a
Mm.
Virgo, you said, right? You
Yes.
you tried to control everything. Did you? How'd that work
Yes.
out for you?
Mhm.
Um, all right, so let's go on to our next card, which is the Star card. Now, the Star card is about hope and direction. Looking back, who would you say was your guiding light?
Oh, my guiding light. I will say I love the star card, and I believe is when I mentioned that inner strength is hope, and inner strength and this inner knowing gave me hope. Um, I there are there are a couple. Um, I'm not going to name names, but there are like people in my life that are guiding lights too. Um,
Name names and shame the devil, girls. No, I'm kidding. You don't have to name names.
yes, I do have a few guiding lights in my life, in addition to having this uh, uh, strength that I mentioned in words.
Hold on. Sorry, I ran out of water.
Yeah, I have to, I'm gonna have to take a sip.
Um, yeah, I got lucky. I had family members who they didn't tell me what to think. They showed me how to think and how to question. And
Mm-hmm.
because of that, I am who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Spill the tea, girl. That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
Yeah, there's.
all right.
That's funny.
The moon. What is an irrational fear you have? Mine is zombies. Okay,
I
it's
remember
not.
you talking about that.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
irrational. What
because
is your irrational
I was in a
fear?
chat and I said, well, but the zombies from what's the movie? Shaun of the Dead and all that. Those are funny zombies. And anyway,
They were
uh,
funny. That's one of my favorite movies. I'm gonna watch that
so
tonight. Yeah.
oh yeah, it is. It's a funny movie. Yeah. Fear. Oh, I wouldn't say irrational, but a fear that bothers me a lot is a fear of the unknown. I mean, so that's why it's hard. Um, that is not like irrational. I'll come to another fear like that. Well, when it comes to fear, well, I'm not fond of cockroaches. If I see a picture of one, I'm like get all creeped out and I want to stay away
Yeah,
from
but that's
them.
not really irrational. Cockroaches
Yeah,
exist. We
but
know
an
they
irrational
exist.
fear.
I mean, like, I saw one TV show where a woman was scared of cotton balls and Q-tips. So something irrational.
I can't think of anything like right now.
Okay. Well, I'll ask you that again at a later date or
Yeah,
another
irrational
channel, another
fear.
show.
Hmm.
Yeah, because some people say straight
Yeah.
out they're afraid of, you know, standing too
Mm-hmm.
close to other people, body odor, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Everybody's got an irrational fear. They're just fun for me
Mm-hmm.
to think about sometimes. Um, Yeah, I jumped off of a balcony to get away from Halloween zombies one year, you guys, and
Yeah.
hurt my leg really bad. The sun card is next. What brings you joy, and how do you celebrate your successes?
Well, my pets always um, bring me joy. So yeah, animals bring me joy. Music brings me joy. Um, Wonderful friendships bring me joy. And doing what I love brings me joy. And how I celebrate my successes. Um, I dance a little bit. I sing and I say woo woo, woo woo,
I
or
do that.
and I like to say out loud too, whatever's happening. Oh, I'm happy about this, or I'm grateful for this. I like to write about it too, and yeah. But usually I like to sing and dance, and
Yeah. Uh, I laugh at every possibility.
yeah,
Life
that's
is going to
great.
bring a lot of pain into my life eventually. It's unavoidable.
Hmm.
Pain is going to happen. So laugh now.
Yes.
Laugh as much as you can to offset it.
I
Um,
also like to sometimes from time to time treat yourself. Do something nice for yourself to celebrate your successes. Take yourself on a date or really treat yourself. Do for
I
sure.
do. I will go get myself a manicure, a pedicure, and
Yeah.
go buy a tarot deck, whatever. I'll if I think I've done good, I'm like, but I deserve a treat.
Yes. It's important to treat yourselves. Yes.
Absolutely. Okay. So our next card is the Judgment card. The Judgment card says it's time to reflect on our lives. If they were creating a movie about your
Mm.
life and experiences, what would it be called?
Oh my God, that's a good question. Hmm. That's a good question. I really. Oh my God, what would be a movie? What would be the name of a movie about my life?
Millie, but cotton balls are so soft and fluffy.
The yeah, it's I don't know anybody suggestions in the chat for a movie, a title for my a movie about my life.
Oh, you shouldn't have opened it up. All right. Everybody watching in chat while I blow my nose, you put what you think a great movie for Viviane would be for her life story. Ugh.
I believe it will be a long movie that will have a tough beginning, like, but a lot of funny and moments, a lot of laughter too, but happy ending. I want to like to be happy in the end. Happy. Wow. Anyway, so Vivian's
Viviane's
journey is
journey.
definitely been a journey for sure.
Like water for chocolate.
Oh
uh
man, that's
so far it looks like everybody's giving the dramatic a star shines brighter. Ooh, that's a good one.
yeah.
The Princess Bride. Perfect. We have a winner.
The Princess Bride. That's funny too. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen that. Let's throw Mama from the Train. No. Oh, that would be Romans.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got Pretty Woman.
Oh, that's sweet.
Spaceballs, because she's got the Schwartz. Okay.
That's funny.
Our next
My
banner.
spirit guides. Melissa said hers would be hers. My spirit guides need a raise. That's funny.
My spirit guides need a raise. My spirit guides need therapy. Um, all right. So now we've got the world card. It's a great
Hmm.
big world out there. Where would you most like to visit and why?
Oh yes, I would love to travel a lot. Um, I would love to explore Europe. I like love to go to Italy and France. I would love to go to Greece. I know there's not the other
That's the
places. I
one I
love,
want to go to.
yeah, I love to go to Spain and other places. I love to go. I know it's cold, but I like to go to Norway because I think it's also beautiful. Um,
It's too cold there for me.
yeah, it would be definitely too cold for me. It would be have to be a short visit if
Yeah,
I go
I
to
can't
those
do
places.
cold.
But I do. Yeah, I would love to go to, yeah, Spain, Italy, France, and yeah, I mentioned Greece. There's so many beautiful places out there.
Okay.
Yeah,
So pretty much you're open to travel.
yeah, I would love to. Oh, somebody
How
will.
would you like to travel? Plane, boat, train?
Um, I think train is great. In of course in yeah, I'll go to Portugal too. I saw the list there. Portugal, England, and
I want to go on a murder mystery train.
oh, that's interesting. Oh, I just saw Mr. the Viviane visit NYC. Yeah, I'm in Pennsylvania, so it's a short trip to New York City, and I've been meaning to visit New York City, so I hope to do that soon. I well, and I'll go to Brazil too, of course, to see my family. I
That's because they keep refusing to give you a second pat down. Quit asking for one.
so I wish we had more. I wish we would be able to travel by train more, like have. But yeah, I think there's so many beautiful. Um, I mean, in Europe and other places that is so easy to travel from one place to the other by train. And I don't know about water. I haven't been on a cruise, and I know a lot of people love it. I don't know. I'll feel like,
It looks fun, but I've seen too many of those documentaries where the ship breaks down and they don't have toilets or food or anything. And
yeah, I like to be able to explore and be. I would feel like kind of like stuck
right.
there. I don't know. Yeah, they say, well, there's so many things to do and all that, but I still feel stuck.
Got it. Okay. Now, we are gonna, while Viviani tells us what she's got coming up, if you have any questions that you want to pose to Viviani about her life and being a spiritual soul, please post them in capitals. What you've got coming
Hmm.
up, Viviani?
Oh, Thursday I have my live stream with John Beanie. It's at 8:30 Pacific, 8:30 a.m. Pacific, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, and 4:30 p.m. UK time. So we are live for 2 hours, and it's a lot of fun. And then Tuesday I have the Tuesday I'm hosting. Actually, tomorrow night I'm hosting the um, Akashic Adventures with Linda de Gonzalez and
That's how
Diana
I
Hall.
first, well, actually, I first saw you when you started coming into my chat, and then I started seeing you
Yeah, yeah,
on your channel. Um,
and that's at 5 p.m. Eastern time. The Akashic Adventures.
That's awesome. It doesn't look like it. It looks like we covered everything. Nobody has any questions. That's good.
Yes.
Um, Viviani, my dear, I want to thank you for taking the
Oh,
time
thank
to
you. Thank you
open
for
up
having
with
me.
us.
This was fun. I
This
talked
is a
too
lot of
much.
fun. I
I
love hearing you
excited.
laugh. It just makes my heart happy.
Oh, thank you.
Um, Stick around. We'll chat backstage. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
else, please make sure you subscribe to both of our channels, Viviani and
Yes.
Raven Tarot. Um, I will be back next week. I think next week Hunter is coming in to talk about Lord Vishnu. I think that's next week. I'll have to check. But
Mm-hmm.
this Thursday, we will be discussing on Behind the Moon witchcraft on a budget. Everybody is saying thank you for sharing your story. Yeah. Do you need expensive bullshit to work magic, or is that just a lie?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to look into what you actually need, and I have some shows coming up, but I'm not exactly sure offhand of what they are. I'm watching to see if anybody has any other questions. It
Mm-hmm.
looks like everybody's just saying thank you, Viviane, thank you,
Oh,
and
thank you.
you're awesome. Everybody
Oh,
loves
thank you.
you.
So are you.
So yeah,
This was fun.
if you are not subscribed to either one of our channels, please make
Mm-hmm.
sure you go out and do so. Our links are in the description box.
Yes.
Love you much, but we gotta go.
Thank you all. Bye.
Bye.